So what does boundaries and tenants have to do with one another? Well, look, if you're a landlord and you self-manage, boundaries with your tenants are super critical, especially if you're managing them yourself. Well, why do I say this? Well, it's just like at work. Let's say you work in an office job and you don't have boundaries there. So people are giving you more work. People are telling you to do this project, take care of this for me. And it's overwhelming and it's stressful and you just can't do all the work at once. It's just too much for you. And so you end up getting stressed out and it's just overwhelming. Well, the same thing can happen when you're a landlord self-managing your properties and you don't have boundaries with your tenants. Now, I'm not saying don't fix things, don't help them out when they ask you for help. What I'm saying is make sure to keep regular boundaries with them. Make sure, look, if you want to reach me this way, in this method, during these times. You want to make sure you have a specified policy on kind of when you expect to be reached so that you're not getting texts, you're not getting calls in the middle of the night or first thing in the morning. You want to make sure that you place boundaries so that you know, look, these are my work hours, these are when I'll respond, and this is when I'm going to get things done for you so that you're not stressed out, you're not worried about things coming up at any time of the day. You want to make sure you place those boundaries so that you can help them during those work hours. Of course, unless it's an emergency, yes, absolutely, you want them to reach out to you if there's something going on that needs to be fixed immediately. But otherwise, like, make sure to have boundaries with your tenants so that you're not freaking out or stressed out all the time. Nobody wants to be stressed out. Nobody wants to be overwhelmed when they're at work, when they're at home. Look, it's just too much. So make sure to set up those boundaries. And look, it's a two-way street. You want to do the same thing with your tenants. If you want them to respect your boundaries, make sure to respect your tenants' boundaries as well. Don't ask them, hey, can I see the unit in 2 hours if it's not an emergency? Don't just pop by in their apartment, go in there and look at their unit without even telling them. Look, you want to establish boundaries both ways. You want to make sure they respect you and your time, and they want to be respected. So you need to respect their time, their apartment, and their availability. So make sure if something goes on, you reach out to them with prior notice so that they know what's going on, because they don't want to be inconvenienced either. It stresses them out too when you just show up out of nowhere and look at their apartment because it's their home. So make sure if you're self-managing properties, whether this is your first investment property or your fifth, make sure you have those boundaries set up with those tenants so that you both can respect each other's space and maintain a good relationship with one another. So make sure to set boundaries, make sure to clearly communicate them, and make sure to not let yourself get overwhelmed and stressed. If there is some learning periods, it does take time, so make sure there's some flexibility for the both of you. So let me know how it goes, and if you have any questions, you have any feedback, tips, you want some advice about how to do it, feel free to reach out and I would love to be able to help you out. So best of luck.